Hello everyone. Today I am going to explain the solution of tube sheet 8. This tube sheet is based on multiple integral and partial polar graphing. So now see question number 1. In question number 1 you have to evaluate the following double integral. So now just see, this double integral is the double integral of y into e to the power xy dx into dy. So we first integrate with respect to x, substitute the limits, then with respect to y, and then substitute the limits and simplify this. Now what is the integration of this with respect to x? Whenever we are integrating with respect to x, we treat another variable which is y to be constant. So what is the integration of y into e to the power xy? What is an integration of y into e to the power xy? The integration is y e to the power xy divided by y. So this y is cancelled out. Now you substitute the limits 1 upon y and 0. And after solving, whatever we get, we take the integration with respect to y. So when you simplify this, you get e to the power 1 over y into y minus e to the power 0, which is 1. Now you integrate this with respect to y. Now since this is constant, you can take outside. The integration of 1 with respect to y will be y. And now you substitute the limits, you get this is, here it is 1. So when you substitute the limits, you get 10 minus 1, which is 9 times e minus 1. So this is the solution of one part A. Similarly, you will solve the other 3 parts. First you integrate whatever the first dy is given to us. So we will integrate this with respect to dy. These are the limits of y. So when you integrate this with respect to y, what will be the integration of this with respect to y? It will be e y upon x upon 1 by x, which is x. Now you substitute the limits. When you put x square, you will get x into e to the power x. When you put 0, you will get 1. Right? So now you integrate this function with respect to x, and then you substitute the limits. So here you will apply the integration by parts. Similarly part C and similarly part D. So in question number 1, we have to evaluate the double integral. Just evaluation. So we will observe by which variable we have to first integrate. These are the limits of that one. You just integrate by treating other variable to be constant. Substitute the limits, simplify it, then integrate with respect to another variable, substitute the limit, simplify it. So this is your question number 1. Now see question number 2. In question number 2, you have to sketch the region of integration first and then evaluate the double integral by reversing the order of integration. Now just see, in A part, first you have to integrate with respect to x, and these are the limits of x. So x is equal to minus times square root of 4 minus y to y minus 4 by 2. So when x is minus of square root of 4 minus y, it means this is x square is equal to 4 minus y, which implies your y is equal to 4 minus x square. So this is a parabola. Similarly, your x is y minus 4 by 2, which implies your y is 2x plus 4. This is a line. Right? So first you sketch these two and see what is the region. Now just see, when you draw this, this is 4 minus x square. So this is your 0, 4. This is minus 2, 0. This is 2, 0. So now the line y is equal to 2x plus 4. This is this line. Now just see, your x is varying from here to here. So if you take a parallel line to x-axis, your x, it is varying from here to here, right? So it means this portion. So we have to evaluate the double integral by reversing the order of integration. So after reversing the order integration, what will be the limits? We have to see that. Now just see, here it is the integration with respect to x first, then with respect to y. So now we will integrate with respect to y first. So the limits for y will be it varying from this line to this surface. Here the value of y is, this is y is equal to 2x plus 4 line. So here the value of y is 2x plus 4, and here the value of y is 4 minus x square. So the equivalent integral of this will be, it will be 2x plus 4 to 4 minus x square with respect to y first, then with respect to x. Now what are the limits for x? Minimum value of x is minus 2, max value of x is 0. So the limits for x will be minus 2 to 0. So these are the limits with respect to x. So in the question, first of all sketch the region of integration. This is the region. And then evaluate the double integral by reversing the order of integration. So here it is the integration with respect to x first and then with respect to y. So we will find out the limit with respect to y first, then with respect to x. So for this we take a parallel line to y-axis. We will see in the region our y is varying from where to where. Now since our y is varying from this line to this curve, this parabola, so the limits for y will be 2x plus 4 to 4 minus x square, and over this region the minimum value of x is minus 2 and max value is 0. So these are the limits of integration after reversing the order of integration. Now you can evaluate it. You first integrate with respect to y, substitute the limits, simplify this, and then integrate with respect to x. Now similarly, B part, first of all sketch the region. Here you have to integrate with respect to y first. So these are the limits of y. So our y is x square and x. So this is y, x is equal to y, and this is y is equal to x square. This is 0, 0. This is 1, 1. Since our y is varying from this x square to this, so it means this is the region. Now we have to reverse the order of integration. So we will take a parallel line to x-axis and we will observe our x is varying from this line to this. Here the value of x is y, and here the value of x is square root of y. So the limits for x will be it varying from y to square root of y. The function is same, which is square root of x, but now we are integrating with respect to x first, then with respect to y. Now what are the limits of y? What is the minimum value of y in this region, which is 0? The max value of y is 1. So this is an equivalent integral of this by reversing the order of integration. So first we will find out the integration of this integral with respect to x, substitute the limits, simplify it, then with respect to y. Now similarly, in the third part, the limits for y is 1 to e to the power x, and the limits for x is 0 to 1. Now just see, this is your y is equal to e to the power x graph. Y is equal to 1. This is your y is equal to 1 line. and this is your x is equal to 1. So this is the region. Your y is varying from 1 to e to the power x, and the minimum value of x in this region is 0 and the max value is 1. So this is 1 comma e. Now we have to integrate this with respect to x first. So we take a parallel line to x-axis. Our x is varying from here to here. So the limits for x will be our x is varying from here. Here the value of x is ln y to this line. Here the value of x is 1. And the minimum value of y in this region is 1 and the max value is e. So this is an equivalent integral of this by reversing the order of integration. Now see question number 3. In question number 3, you have to find out the area of the region by the line y is equal to 2x plus 4 and the parabola y is equal to 4 minus x square in the xy plane. So first of all you sketch this region. This is y is equal to 4 minus x square and y is equal to 2x plus 4 line. So this is the region. So over this region you have to evaluate the area. Now the coordinates are minus 2 comma 0 and 0 comma 4. So if you integrate with respect to y first, the limit for y will be, our y is varying from this line. Here the value of y is 2x plus 4 to 4 minus x square, and then with respect to x the minimum value of x is minus 2 and the max value is 0. So this is the area of this region. Similarly, see question number 4. In question 4, you have to find the area of the triangular region in xy plane which is bounded by the parabola, on the left by the line this and above by the line y is equal to 4. So now just see what will be the region. Y is equal to x square, y is equal to 4 line, and x plus y is equal to 2. Right? So this triangular region, over this triangular region we have to find out the area. So now just see, if you integrate with respect to y first, it will split into two regions, region 1 and region 2. So we will integrate this with respect to x. So the limit for x will be, x is varying from this line to this curve. Here the value of x is 2 minus y. Here the value of x is square root of y. Then with respect to y, now the minimum value of y is this one. Now what is the value of y over here? It is an intersection of x square and this line. So if we put y to be x square, and if we simplify this, so what we have x square plus 2x minus x minus 2. So x is equal to minus 2 and x is equal to 1. Over 1, y is also 1. So the minimum value of y in this region is 1 and the max value is 4. So this is the area in question number 4. Right? So this is the area of triangular region in xy plane which is bounded by the parabola, on the left by this line and on the above by this line. So this is the region. Now see question number 5. In question number 5, you have to find the volume under the paraboloid above the triangle enclosed by y is equal to x is equal to 0, and x plus y is equal to 2. So first of all, sketch the region. This region is y is equal to x line, x is equal to 0, and x plus y is equal to 2. So this is the region. Over this region we have to find out the volume. So the volume will be the double integration of x square plus y square. Now we have to integrate with respect to x first or y first. So if we integrate with respect to x, it will split into two regions. So we prefer to integrate this with respect to y first. Our y is always varying from here to here. Here the value of y is x, and here the value of y is 2 minus x. So we will integrate with respect to y first, then x. Now what is the minimum value of x over this region? It is 0. And what is the max value of x in this region? It is an intersection of this line and this line. So when you simplify this, you will get 1, 1. So the max value of x is 1, min value is 0. So this is the volume of this. So first evaluate this integral with respect to y, substitute the limits, and then with respect to x. Now see question number 6. Find the volume under the parabolic cylinder z is equal to x square above the region enclosed by the parabola this and the line this. Now you first sketch the region. This is the parabola 6 minus x square. And the line x is equal to y. So the region is this one. Over this region, you have to find out the volume. Means you have to find out this double integral x square. Now we have to observe whether we have to integrate with respect to x first or with respect to y. Now just see, if you integrate with respect to x first, it will split into two regions, region 1 and region 2. So we'll prefer the integration with respect to y first. So the limits for y will be, is varying from here. Here the value of y is x, and here the value of y is 6 minus x square. So the limits for y will be y to 6 minus x square. Sorry, x2. Because we are integrating with respect to y first. Now then with respect to x, now what is the minimum value of x over this region? And the max value of x over this region is this one. So we have to see the intersection points of this parabola with this line. So when you put y to be x and you simplify this, you get x is equal to minus 3 and 2. Right? So the minimum value of x is minus 3 and max value is 2 over this region. This is minus 3, this is 2. So these are the integration limits. Now see question number 7. In question number 7, you have to evaluate the triple integral, same as in question number 1. First you integrate with respect to x, substitute the limits, simplify this, then with respect to y, substitute the limits, simplify this, then with respect to z. Same way b part. Now we will see question number 8. Change the Cartesian integral into equivalent polar integral and then evaluate the following integrals. So change the Cartesian integral into equivalent integral and then evaluate the following polar integrals. So now first we sketch the region. Now just see, these are the limits of y. Our y is varying from 0 to this. So what will be the region? Our y, it is varying from 0. Our y is 0 over this line to the circle with radius 1. Right? And the limits for x is -1 to 1. So this is the semicircle region. Now we have to convert this into polar. So we have to write down the equivalent integral in polar. So we consider this as initial, this as pole, and we take initial ray in this region. So our r, it is, and dy by dy into dx, this is replaced with r dr d theta. So r is varying from here. Here the value of r is 0. Whatever in the region you pass this initial ray, it always going to 1. Here the value of r is 1. So the limits for r will be 0 to 1. And the limits for theta, our theta is varying from here to here. So here the value of theta is 0 and here the value of theta is pi. So the limits for theta will be 0 to pi. So now you first integrate with respect to r, substitute the limits, simplify this, and then integrate with respect to theta. The same way it's b part. You have to evaluate this integral by converting it into polar integral. So first of all, sketch the region. Here x is varying from 0 to y. Our x is varying from 0. So x is 0 over here to y, this line. And the limits for y is 0 to 6. So this is the region. Now we have to convert it into polar. So we consider this as pole. We take initial ray, passes through this. So we will see our r is varying from 0 to this. This is y is equal to 6 line. Means r sine theta is equal to 6. Means r is equal to 6 upon sine theta. So the limits for r will be 0 to 6 upon sine theta. You replace dx dy with r dr d theta. Replace this x with r cos theta. Right? Now you have to write down the limits for theta. Our theta is varying from here to here. Here the value of theta is pi by 2. And here the value of theta is pi by 4. Now how it is pi by 4? Since this is x is equal to y line, x is equal to y means r cos theta is equal to r sin theta, which means tan theta is 1. So which implies your theta is pi by 4. Right? So theta is varying from pi by 4 to pi by 2. So this is an equivalent integral in polar. Similarly, evaluate this c part by using polar. Now just see, in case of c, first you draw the region. Your x is varying from 0 to this circle. So this is a circle with radius ln 2. Right? And your y is varying from 0 to ln 2. Right? So this is the region. Both are varying from 0 to ln 2. So here r is ln 2. So now you take a initial ray. You consider this as pole and take initial ray. It passes through pole. Now look at this region. It varying from 0 to this. Here the value of r is ln 2. So the limits for r will be 0 to ln 2. Now you convert this function into and dx dy will be replaced with r dr t theta. Now what are the limits for theta? Your theta is varying from 0 to pi by 2. So now you just evaluate this integral first, substitute the limits, and then with respect to theta. Now the D part, this is your y is varying from 0 to x and x is varying from 0 to 2. You first sketch the region. Your y is varying from 0 to x and x is varying from 0 to 2. So this is the region. Now you take an initial ray. So our r is varying from 0 to this line. X is equal to 2 means r cos theta is equal to 2, means your r is 2 upon cos theta. So the limits for r will be 0 to 2 upon cos theta, and your this y is replaced with r sin theta, dy dx replaced with r dr d theta, and theta is varying from 0 to pi by 4 because this is x is equal to y line. So when you put x to be r cos theta, y to be r sin theta, you simplify this, you get tan theta is 1. So it means your theta is pi by 4. So your theta is varying from 0 to pi by 4. So these are limits for theta. So now first you integrate with respect to r and then with respect to theta. Question number 9, 10, 11 I will discuss later on.